Welcome back to Giving Chances Farm. I'm Tony, and today I'm out here trying to take care of a little bit of a issue. For those of you that have seen our previous videos of us moving mulch, we're trying to fill this hole in back here. And let's see, right here we can kind of tell. So from up top, ground level, I've been putting mulch in there and then kind of pushing it forward. Well, now I'm getting to the point where these scrub trees here are in my way, so I can't push over top of them. So what I needed to do is come down in here and I got to cut them. That way I can continue pushing the mulch back down in here. I believe the previous owner, by talking with the neighbors, we initially were told this was a pond. It's nowhere near a pond. A pond holds water, and you don't have to bush hog it. This is just a pit. I've had to bush hog over the time that we've lived here. So, yes, from time to time there was a little bit of water here and there in it, but never anything that stayed and would be classified by anybody's imagination as a pond. So, to me, filling it in and then eventually being able to bring in some soil and seed this off and make pasture out of it, or at least grow some flowers or something for the bees that we got sitting right there. Actually, if I turn around this way, you guys can actually see them. That row right up in there is all of our beehives. So I'm down here, and actually, you know, I'm not a short fellow. I'm 6 foot tall, and this is how far down I am, and that there is actually the ground level above me. So it's going to take quite a bit to fill this in. Everybody always asks why I'm using wood chips to fill it in instead of dirt. They're like, oh, those will decay over time. I'm like, yeah, but they'll turn into nice soil eventually. And the other part of it is these are free. They're brought to me by a tree service in the area, and they are free to me. So that alone offsets the cost of hauling stuff and everything. So we do use some of these wood chips up by the chicken pen to turn into compost. I use some of them in my our compost pile even. That way we can use the manure and make sure that we can use the wood chips to make sure the compost pile doesn't have any odor to it. Our pile is big enough. I turn it with the tractor. We do actually own one of the little compost augers so I go out there every once in a while, run that auger down in there, check the temperature of it with the compost thermometer. If I have to, I'll run water down in there. Make sure we're staying within the range that it's actually being productive. So, but this is my problem for today that I need to take care of. I've been back here cutting some of it because actually where I'm currently standing, you can see this part of the mulch pile right here. That was where the scrub trees started, from this side. So I've already got some of them cut out of my way so I can actually get back in here. And then we ran into problem number 2. So problem number 2 is chain broke on the chainsaw. You know, I brought the wrench back with me. I brought more chain and bar oil, and I brought more fuel back here, but I didn't bring the whole case back with the saw, and so that would have had my spare chain in it. So currently Brittany's walking back up to the garage where my spare chains are, and she's going to grab one of those, and we'll get back to business and get some of this cleared out. I'd like to have been hauling more mulch back here today, but the temperature warmed up enough where it says about 31 degrees today with a feels like a 22, but yet that ground temperature is up enough that the top layer is a little bit sticky. So I was able to get one load of mulch back here this morning, but you can see my tire tracks for the tractor and the wagon, so no sense in tearing that up any more than I have to get that stuff back here. So we will, Brittany gets back here with the chain, I'll get the chain on here, and we'll get some more of this cleared out. That way, next time I get the tractor back here, I can actually start pushing this stuff level, because that part there is level, but as you can see, this part here with all the brush is a little bit taller, so it needs leveled out. But I got this big scrub tree right here that needs to come out first, so we'll have to take that out and then be able to push this in and try and level everything out and go from there. It's always something when you're buying land or taking over anything that's, you know, somebody else was doing something first. And like I said, they tried telling us it was a pond when we first moved in, but since we've lived here and got to know some of the neighbors that's grown up around here, actually, they basically told me it really was never intended to be a pond. The guy was just digging it out and selling the soil off to make money. So then afterwards, they started calling it a pond just so they could say that that's what they were doing back here digging, but really they weren't. They were just trying to make money off the soil. So we'll get her figured out, get everything cleaned up and get it usable for us. So.
Alright, I'm back. Thought I was getting a spare part for the chainsaw, and come to find out that one busted in half too. So we're going old school and using the loppers for what we can and leave what we can't for another day until we can get another chain.
Okay, well, since we didn't have another chain and I'm down to loppers, no sense in standing out here getting that cold over just needing to go get another chain. Ain't that big a deal. So instead of going through here and cutting what I can with the loppers, I might as well just call it a day on this. Next time I get to town, I'll get another chain, and we'll be able to come back here, get this stuff cleared out, and then hopefully by then I'll be able to bring the tractor back with me too, and we'll just start pushing it in at the same time and get this all done. So
Plus I think it's starting to spit snow.
yeah, it's starting to spit a little bit, and there ain't no sense being back here with loppers to try and cut some of this stuff down. That's just silly. Because I mean, as you can see, these are pretty good size scrub trees that need to be cut, and that's not so easy on the loppers. I just seen get the proper tools and do it right. That way I don't have to keep coming back out here cutting it. So, and it'd be a lot safer that way too. So, I mean, to me, this is kind of the equivalent of cutting something with a butter knife versus a sharp knife. So I can take a chainsaw, come down through here, cut them a lot lower, and cut them off. That way I can bury them and not have to worry as much about them coming back up. we gave it a shot. But like I said, I had the case. I knew in the case up there was another chain, because the last time I bought them, I bought a 2-pack, but I didn't realize I had already used the other chain, I guess. Normally I mark it on there, but that one I must have been in a hurry the last time we were using it and didn't mark it, so.
Oh, I didn't have a Sharpie.
Yeah, so it happens. Can't always be as prepared as you think you are, so sometimes things end up falling out of line. So we try to do what we can to keep supplies here and ready to go, but that one didn't work out so well for us. I mean, I do have, there's 2 other saws, or actually 3 other saws up there in the garage too, but this is the bigger of the better. Well, the better of the 2 bigger ones I have. I have 2 20-inch ones. One is not as nice as the other one, and then I have a 16-inch to match this Johnson Red 20-inch one too. So, but it's set up a little bit different. It's set up more for like a limbing saw, so it's kind of adjusted to where if you don't really hold on to the trigger, it shuts off on you. So with messing around with these, it'd be a lot of restarting between times, but we'll get it accomplished. It just taking its toll on us today, and we'll come back and get it another day. But I was doing okay while I was working, but I broke a sweat because of that, because I'm a little up ground level. The wind is really whipping and making it cold. Like I said, it's about 31 out here, 30, 31, but it feels like a 22. But then you get down in here, because the wind's coming from that direction, it blocks some of the wind. While I was up against the bank cutting, I was sweating pretty good, and now I'm starting to get cold, so I'm gonna head to the house and get me a cup of hot chocolate, and we'll start planning for getting that other chain here and get back at it again another day. So hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for spending time with us, and we'll see you on the next one.